Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is the Community Pod, and I am your host, Lester Class. Each and every episode is going to be filled with amazing stories from amazing people. You will hear the different journeys people went through, or are still going through, to be able to do what they love. From the failures to the successes and everything in between. This is a place to get to know the person behind their passion, because people only get to see the successes and not what it took to get there. If this is your first time tuning in, please subscribe and leave a review if you love the content. Now finally, I would love to welcome you to the Community Pod.
What's going on, everyone? This is your host, Lester Class, in the building with the Community Pod. I got an amazing guest here. I got to first and foremost say he's probably one of the most humble, real individuals I've ever met in my life. David. What's going on, David?
I'm extremely excited to be here, bro.
It's good to have you.
I'm nervous, but I'm very excited, and just want to extend that, that emotion that you just said about me being humble and genuine. I just want to extend that to you too, bro.
I appreciate that,
yeah,
honestly. So I don't want to just jump right into things. I really want to get to know you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who David is. So for those that don't know, David does DJing,
mm-hmm.
videography,
Mm-hmm.
photography,
Yep.
and is there anything I'm missing?
Damn, that part of me want to joke, but I was like, let me be serious too. Let me be serious while we're here. But in all honesty, bro, I just feel like anything that has to do with creative things or arts, that's just me. I feel like I'm the full embodiment of it.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, with DJing and photography, I feel like there's no really genre or box that I could be put in, because I could wake up tomorrow and let's say I just want to be a fashion designer. I feel like I could do it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, at the moment right now, DJing, photography, videography, that's just me right now at the moment.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So with DJing, right? Where did you find the passion for DJing?
So I kind of want to say we probably should start off kind of just with the roots.
Yeah, of course.
Everything. So definitely my mom growing up. My mom had me fairly young. She had me in her teenage years,
Mm-hmm.
So I was around that time, it was the 2000s. So I was kind of exposed to neo soul music. So I'm talking music soul child. She loved R&B a lot. My mom was going to East Side in Newark. I don't know if you know about East Side, but she went there. And so just growing up with my mom, I kind of just had this, what's the word I'm looking for? I already had this exposure to good music.
Okay.
And I will say, obviously we're going to get more into the podcast about just my life and music. But one thing I could say about music kind of really saved my life.
Okay.
I wouldn't be speaking to you right now, right here, at this very moment if it weren't for music. So music, for the most part, was embedded in me. I always felt like that. So just with DJing, it was kind of one of those things where it just made sense. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to break it down to the timeline of when I started DJing.
Bro. I want everybody who's listening, I really want them to get to know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
So yeah, go into it. What made you, what built you to be what you are? What experiences you've been through to make you become the individual that you are today?
Damn, that's scary, because I feel like that question is a very long set of answers.
Of course.
So I don't know if you want to go into specifics in terms of childhood and.
Yeah, I want you to go in depth of what built you, what made you as strong as you are, what made you as humble as you are, what made you as real of a human being that you are.
Okay, so just to be open up, and I don't mind saying this on this podcast, and I just don't mind actually sharing this publicly. But I think my biggest, two factors in my early childhood, and damn, I don't want to cry. My first one has to be my mom.
Okay.
Just seeing my mom, what she went through and the sacrifices that she made for me growing up, it was damn, I got to kind of just make sure that her sacrifice didn't go down in vain, if that makes sense. So obviously my mom was very big on me being just happy. So everything that I do in my life, I always try to have that. I always had that thought in my head, is this gonna make me happy?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel with the shit that I'm in right now in my life, with my friends and my support system and the things that I'm doing in my life, I'm happy. I'm not really worried about money at the moment. And I think that's a scary thing, only because I know my circumstances is. But I just have this, ever since I was a kid, I always had this kind of this voice in my head that was you're going to be the greatest to do it. I don't know what it was, but I still have that thought. Like, don't worry about anything. Like, everything's gonna be fine, despite the situation that I grew up in. So definitely, I gotta give my mom some credit, like a major credit, because to me, people ask you like, who's the strongest person you know, and I'm always gonna say my mom, because like my mom, like bro, she made too many sacrifices for me to like not have a good life. So it's with me. I'm trying to pay it forward to her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make sure before, God forbid, something happens to me, I want to make sure my mom is set. Like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Like, I need to make sure that happens in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like me and my mom, we've been and knew each other for like other lifetimes, but I feel like with this lifetime in particular, like nobody knows how hard it was for me. But the second one, I would say probably not having my dad around.
Okay.
Being very honest with you, bro. Like, I didn't have my dad around at all. Like, I only had like 4 memories of him. Being very like transparent with you.
Yeah.
But just not having him around, low key made me the individual that I, 1, didn't want to be, and then 2, that I need to be better than. So I always, as fucked up as it sounds, I always use my dad as a reference point. So like, one thing I gotta clap it up. Like, I'm about to turn 24, no kids. That's an achievement right there. I'm happy, the 24, no kids, bro. But in particular, like, I'm not trying to shit on him, on the type of man that he is or character. But I know if I had a kid right now, I'd be more responsible. I know I had to get my priorities set. So, just not having my dad around kind of like elevated me to like the hardships of life, and understanding that like, not everything is kind of like a Disney book. It's not a fairy tale.
Yep.
But, I'm not going to like really sit here and criticize him. But it was just one of those things where it's like, knowing my mom is like the only single parent, I got to really get my shit together.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of sucked that I kind of had to learn that lesson, just fairly young.
Yeah. Nah. You mentioned a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Are you cool with sharing that situation?
In terms of what, like?
Because you said that there was things that you and your mother went through together.
Mm-hmm.
What built you guys? Because not only do I feel like it has built you, but it's built the woman that she is today too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you guys have built a bond because of your struggle.
Of course.
Are you okay with getting into that struggle?
I can't, because I'm going to be honest with you, bro. As funny as this might sound, it's like so many struggles.
Of course, yeah.
So I can't really sit here and like pinpoint or really give you an exact one. But one thing that I would kind of like to maybe mention was probably just like the hardships of her just being a single parent, and understand. And, obviously a lot of people don't know this, but I have 4 siblings too.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have 4 siblings. They're all sisters.
Okay.
So I'm right now at the moment, I'm like the second parent, and I'm like obviously the big brother. So even with that, like that just gives me more motivation to really like become a better man, become like a better brother, obviously just become a better person all around. So that way I could pay forward to them. Yeah. Because I kind of don't want the situation that I had growing up affect them as well too. Yeah. So it kind of like, that's what I'm saying with this life shit. It kind of sucks sometimes. Because like with me, I'll be very honest with you, bro. I had pressures of being man of the house like at a very young age, and I don't want to say I folded, but it was just one of those things like I had no guidance. And then the male figures around me weren't really so positive. Yep. So when I looked at certain male figures, like for instance my uncles and whatnot, like I loved them dearly, but they were on some type of shit where it was like do better than me, and it was like, oh, that's not a good example to show you, like, the next generation coming forward. Yeah. So at least with me, I try to be an active type of like family member within everybody's life, at least the younger ones, to be like, hey, listen, like you see what I'm doing, you can do this as well. Like anything is literally possible if you really put your mind to it. Yeah. So yeah.
You also mentioned that music basically kind of saved your life. Yeah. If you can go into that,
I definitely could go into that. And I'm okay with sharing this too, because it's like I don't have like those thoughts no more. And it's funny because like I don't really be telling people this. I don't think my mom even knows about this. But like I'll share. I have no issue. But what sucks about, I would say, having some type of following, or what sucks about having people that like are really close to you, or what sucks about people having this perception of me of like being this fun guy and cool person, funny person. David is like the life of the party, or he's just an amazing person to be around. Like a lot of people just don't understand the things that I went through. So, and what I mean by that was like only probably less than 5 people knew I had thoughts, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know if I can say the word. Like, can I say it?
Yeah,
Yeah, like, yeah.
everything's on the table.
Everything's on the table.
Everything's
Right?
on the
I don't want
table.
to just say it and then you get
No,
demonetized.
A lot. I feel like a lot of the stuff that it might get said on here is going to be demonetized. But at the end of the day, the whole point of the podcast is to be real because people go through shit all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro. But I get the gist of what you're saying.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
And I
So-
think everybody else does as well.
So like I had I would say definitely since senior year of high school, bro. Like I had like a lot of like, thoughts of just like kind of like ending it all. And it was and it kind of followed me throughout. I would say like after 3 years after I graduated, because like my situation wasn't perfect. Like I couldn't even go to school like after I graduated. Like I had to take care of some family shit, with some financial shit I was going through. I had to take care of that. And just the circumstances that I was in, I was busting tables. A lot of people don't know that about me. I was actually busting tables at this diner, and just looking back at it, bro, that was like the worst 2 years of my life.
Wow.
Literally the worst 2 years of my life. But what kept me around was music. I would be on that bus, listen to music after my shift, listen to music, go home, listen to music, and a lot of people don't know this too. But when I tell you music saved my life, bro, I used to rap. A lot of people don't know I used to make music. I probably share something with you. I don't really remember.
I remember when we first met, you mentioned it
yeah,
a little bit.
yeah. So and it's really funny now because I use music as a medium. So when I was making music, I was using it as a medium.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, it was like therapy for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't making it to make a hit song. I wasn't making music to really just be popular. I was just making it for people to understand where I was coming from.
Yep.
So that's why I get the J. Cole comparisons. And I try to gas myself, but that's what I was getting. But yeah, shout out to Uriah, Isaiah, and Shinadu. Those were the people that were holding me down within those 3 years. And we were making, bro, when I say we were making music, bro, like that shit was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was crazy. I kind of wish a part of me like still makes music, but life has a funny way of just doing things.
Yep.
I would say, but for the most part, after those 3 years, what I mean by music kind of saved my life is essentially that. Like I wouldn't be here if music wasn't a prevalent factor in my life. So now the fact that I'm kind of DJing now is kind of like very mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it feels surreal.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting paid to play music that I like and that I want. And mind you, like when I play music, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, bro. Like I don't play like hits or anything like that. I want to make people dance. I want to make people feel good. I want people, when you come to my party, whatever shit you got going on, forget about it.
Yeah.
We're here to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand like people really be going through shit, but like I feel like music, I would say house music too. Mm-hmm. Music is supposed to save people's life, bro.
Yeah.
Music is very powerful.
No, it is. It's very. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Music is very powerful. So, do you feel like those thoughts that you were having, right, had anything to do with what's going on at home, as well as like, was there anything other than going on at home that made you feel like I don't want to be here?
Everything, bro. I couldn't go to fucking school. My life wasn't the way I wanted it to be. That I had no money. I don't know. but I will say, like, and while I am kind of sharing my story, something that kind of like always sticks out to me, and this is something that kind of like I always pay it forward, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
people kind of, I don't know what it is about my energy, but sometimes people open up to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very not only am I more than just grateful for that type of like just vulnerability,
Mm-hmm.
but I always tell people like whatever you're going through, not to sound cocky, but I probably live your life twice.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, every situation that somebody might have gone through, except for one, I definitely probably went through it. So I try to give my best, like, to let them know, like, hey, listen, I went through what you went through. This is how I kind of went about it. Maybe it can help you the way it helped me.
Mm-hmm.
So like, excuse me.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I don't want to bring out my boy, but like, for instance, like there's this guy. I love him a lot. He's probably gonna watch this. His name is Camelo.
Okay.
And he's like the youngest in the group. He's like I'm not gonna say out his age, but he's like really young.
Mm-hmm.
Point is, like, I'm not saying we took him in. I'm not saying like he's under my wing. We don't even little bro him. Like I look at him as my equal. Mind you, I'm older than him.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, like, I see something of me in him.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is, like, what I mean by paying it forward, I would make sure, like, excuse me, before, like, I die, I make sure he'll be good. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I'll make sure, like, all the advice, all the lessons that I have, all the shit that I went through, I'm going to pour all my knowledge and wisdom onto him. So when he's my age,
Yeah.
he's going to have more money than me. He's going to have a better career than me. He's gonna do anything that he wants in this world better than me. And that's what it is to have friends. Like, you would want friends or people that look after you, have that mentality about you.
Yeah.
So with Camilo, like, he has a special heart.
Yeah.
You know, a place in my heart. So at least with that, like, you know, I definitely just try to see where people are coming, because that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm very understanding, so I really try to just help people any way I can.
I gotta say, like, you, and it's crazy, and I hope everybody that's watching this feels this, but you are one of the I say that I don't want everybody to think that, like, I don't know, but like, you are probably one of the most realest people I've ever met in my life.
Thank you.
I don't know you to the point where, like, I know exactly what's going on in your life. I don't know what you've been through, but ever since I've met you, you've been the realest ever, bro. Like, you are real. You love people. You care for people. And if anybody gets anything out of this video by the end of it, he is going, bro. He doesn't know who's watching this, and he's still gonna care for everybody that watches this, because he's not the type of, he's not a materialistic person. He cares for everyone. And I don't want to go on a big rant about, but dude, like, I appreciate that God brought you into my life, because you're one of the realest people I've ever met.
Thank you, bro. For real.
Like, the fact that you wake up all this, like, there's time, like, yeah, like you said, you're the life of the party. Everybody thinks you, but no one knows what you go through at home. No one knows that, you know, David never had it easy.
Yeah.
Like, this man right now, and I'm about to go on a crazy rant about you. This man's going to college. This man is doing DJing at night. This man's working in the mall. This man's doing everything he can to do what he exactly said in the beginning, which is to make sure his mom's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And that's something I feel like so many people are going to look up to, because that's real.
Yeah.
You care for your mom. Like, every individual who has a mother should be grateful they have a mother. And mothers go through so much that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about. And there is a lot of absent fathers, you know what I'm saying, out there.
Yeah.
So for other people to hear your story, you know what I mean, it's going to touch a lot of people.
Yeah. And that's, like, bro, like, that's one thing I kind of want to talk about. Like, outside of the creativity, like, my creativity, and obviously we're going to talk about it later in the podcast, but I feel like before you could even become a creative, it's just life shit first. Yeah. So my creativity I don't know about my creativity. I might get inspired from what hurt me, if that makes sense. So, like, with my mom, excuse me, and my little sisters, those are, like, my rock. That's my foundation. So, like, you know, if they're not here today or tomorrow, I don't think I'll be here. I don't have no purpose. I found my purpose. Obviously, I think my purpose is to heal sometimes. It's to show people a great time, right? But I've always said, like, if, you know, the things that I'm working for, if I can't really, like, spread it with people I love, then what am I doing? You get what I'm saying? And this is why I'm very big on just helping people, because at the end of the day with Camilo, and I said it earlier, when I said I see myself in him, I wish I was Camilo's age and I had a David around my corner. And I always tell him this. I wish I was 18 and I had a David around my corner. So if I know the shit that I went through and he's going through it too, why, or, you know, not even has to be Camilo. It could be Nate. It could be Zaire. It could be all the people that I love. Why am I, you know, depriving myself of helping them in any situation that they could be in? Yeah. So, excuse me. At least with me, bro, like, I'm very selective of who I give my energy to, because at the end of the day, one thing I've always tried to tell people, like, not everybody deserves access to you. And that's a fact. It could be family. It could be friends. Not everybody deserves access to you and the person that you're, like, meant to be on this earth, because people tend to overlook, or people tend to misuse or take advantage of you, not knowing the shit that you could do for them. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But, you know, one thing, and I'm very spiritual. It's a little bit complicated, but I'm very spiritual and I'm very religious. Yeah, we could talk about that too. But I believe in karma. Yep. I believe in karma. I'm a very big believer in karma. So I don't do good things to receive good things. That's not my rule. I do good things because at the end of the day, it makes me feel good. Yeah. And the way I get rewarded, that's up to God. That's up to the universe. Leave it at that.
Like, one thing I gotta add, right? You said that you feel like without your mom or your sisters, you really don't have a purpose. I want you to know that they gave you the purpose, yeah, and they taught you what your purpose was, and they built your purpose. So God forbid anything were to happen, I think you, bro, that's why I feel like me and you, we connect on a different level.
Mhm.
Like we don't see each other all the time.
Facts.
When we see each other, it's always good vibes.
Yeah.
But at the end, like, I feel like the reason we're so cool is because we're just like, how do I say this? Like, we care for people.
I would say we're in line. Let's use that word.
We care for others.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we don't want nothing in return.
Exactly.
Like we love to love, and
Mhm.
like we don't like. I love helping people, and
Mhm.
that's why I did this. Like I love helping people and hearing other people's stories. And dude, you're amazing, bro.
Thank
Honestly,
you, bro. For real.
God-given gift, bro.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
And you know what's so funny, bro, and this is something I kind of want to talk about, like just kind of delving away from my childhood into the creativity-ness, because that's something I also want to talk about too.
Yeah.
But I will say, man, if you're like a creative, you gotta have this type of like delusion. You gotta have this type of manifestation, just aura kind of around you. So, and you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna say it on a podcast. And
Okay.
it's something I don't say. It's something I don't say to
Okay.
a lot of people.
All right, everybody, be prepared.
But and it's funny because like a lot of people don't believe in astrology. A lot of people don't believe in coño, then it should hurt. A lot of people don't believe in other forces in this world.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Obviously, we're Spanish, so you know about like brujeria,
Yeah,
cosas así. But it's funny because my grandma, I'm not gonna put too much of her business out there, but she had some cards read about me, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Okay.
Right? And the guy who was doing whatever was saying like, hey, listen, this kid right here, and I was the only grandson at the moment, you need to put him in music because he's going to be big one day. So by what I mean by delusion, it was kind of one of those things like I always knew something. My purpose in here on earth was greater than anything I could imagine.
Yeah.
So just having this delusion about yourself, knowing that like, listen, my situation might be shit. And I ain't gonna lie, my situation ain't good too. Like my current, it's good. Like I'm like, bro, I'm good. I'm happy as fuck.
Yeah.
Right? It's only getting better. Like people don't understand that about me and Nate. And shout out to him, man. Like the camera's right. I'm looking at the camera right now, Nate. If you watching this shit, I'm really grateful that you was in my life, bro. I'm grateful that you're in my life right now because like a lot of people, and this is something I've always said, people always see this. They have this perception like about the parties and me having fun and doing shit, if I'm rich or not. But people don't understand the amount of work that we had to do to get here. People don't understand it, and that's the thing that upsets me. But, you know, it's one of those things like, if you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really get upset,
Yeah.
you know. But
They don't
Like-
see the behind the scenes.
they don't see behind the scenes, and that's cool and all. Like, a lot of people is not meant to see that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're around, you're around. If you know, you know, you know.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean by to say, like, if you have this sort of delusion that you could do anything, I promise to God, you could do anything.
Yep.
Obviously, you got to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
You got to follow up. You manifest. I'm a big believer in manifestations. I've seen it happen. I've seen it work. I've done manifestations in my work, and it worked. I did it for bad reasons, and I did it for good reasons. More good than bad. But like I said, bro, like that shit do work. And I
Yeah.
always try to tell people, like, bro, stay in tune to things that you might not understand because, like, there's so much to this planet and to Earth and to this lifetime. This world is not like one dimensional.
No, I feel like this is gonna be totally off topic, but I feel like there's so much more to, like you said, there's so much more to this.
Yeah, there's
than,
much more,
like,
bro.
We can't. I don't like being closed minded. I like to be as open minded as possible because anything could be possible.
Facts.
But yeah, bro. Just to get back to what you've got going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is it like? Well, first I want to go into what was it like coming out of where you came out of and trying to pursue something creative?
Oh, man, you're good. You're fucking good. You're fucking good. In all honesty, and it's funny because I like, you know, obviously I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. Shout out West Ward. I'm not gonna give out my address. I got ops. You know that we spoke about this. I got ops now. Thank you. I'm not gonna say who it is, but now, and it's really funny you say that because growing up, it wasn't a community. It wasn't a scene in Newark, at least in my personal experience, where people could show off their creativity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say? There wasn't a hub for that. Like it is in New York, the way it is in LA, the way it is in Atlanta. It wasn't. And it's funny you say that. I forgot his name. I feel so bad, but he was on a podcast and he said to move out your hometown. I agree with that.
Bailey Brandon. Yeah.
Shout out Bailey. I agree with him because it's sad to say now it's actually different. But before then, Bro, it's sad to say your own town, like, bro, a stranger will show you love before some of your friends do, or some people in your hometown, which is, hey, it is what it is. It's one of those things you just got to take it to the chin, charge it to the game. It is what it is, but you should never let that stop your creativity, and never let it stop from you showcasing your art and your passion out there to the world. Because what someone might not fuck with in your close proximity, who's to say somebody from a different country might not fuck with it or gain some type of sentimental value to it. So growing up, bro, I feel like there wasn't no hub, and I want to change that. I feel like Newark, and again, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but a lot of people don't know I'm a little bit political too. But obviously with the gentrification, bro, is fucking bad and whatnot. But I have been seeing a little bit more community-based things going on.
Okay.
And I'm hoping, excuse me, from what I'm seeing, it is from Newark residents, if that makes sense, and not from people outside of Newark.
Yep.
So I would say now, like, it's funny because I be seeing Jersey people in New York, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? But it's like, bro, we all have that mentality. It's like, bro, other place to show you love, and you just sometimes you gotta ride out with it, and then eventually your city will catch on, and then hopefully if you're doing something that's very genuine, you should have the people. You should be the people's champ. You should have people behind you.
And like, bro, not to plug myself in, but community is important.
Community pod.
Yeah,
that's why we here.
Community is very important.
That's why we here, bro.
Like, a community can change your whole perspective on life.
Facts.
Like, you could live in a horrible neighborhood, but if you got great people around you, great people who are trying to support you, individuals who are trying to build the city up, like, it changes everything.
It do.
But yeah, really do. So would you say it was difficult trying to be a creative in Newark?
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Hell yeah. Bro, my first gig, obviously through my friends, but I would say like my first gig DJing was, I mean, you know, I did it at a bar at Wayne, so that's kind of outside Newark, but I would say my first gig, and I'm going to look at the camera, I don't know which one it is yet, but my first gig, like real, like, oh shit, I'm really hyped as fuck, was in New York. And to me, that's mind-boggling, because it's like, what the hell? Yeah. Like, I would think that Jersey was kind of like, you know, show me more love. Maybe I didn't present myself more the way I did to some of the people in New York, but it is difficult. Yeah. It is difficult.
So now that you had your first event in New York, and you've had a few in New York, so in just what, 2 years?
Bro,
what?
A lot of people don't know this, and I'm going to share this with you. I haven't even made a year DJing.
That's crazy.
I haven't made a year going to parties in New York or DJing.
That's insane. Honestly, that's insane.
Which one is the camera?
Right here.
That one, right?
Right there.
All right, I was looking at it earlier. I just didn't know if that's the one. And I mean this like with all my heart, bro. I definitely want to shout out Brandon Blue and Malcolm Flex. Like, yeah, I gotta give my flowers to you guys. You guys like literally changed my life, and I got a funny ass story with them. They're definitely gonna watch this podcast, I hope. But with Brandon, bro, I'll never forget. Like, I used to go to his parties at the rest in peace to Jane. You haven't, bro. No, that was, bro. Oh my God, I had so many, bro. I used to get kicked out the Jane. The doorman and the bouncers, bro, they used to love me. I used to skip lines. Like, I used to not wait in line. It got to a point where they knew me first name basis. I used to pull up with people. They would not check their IDs.
Damn.
That's how, like, bro. That's how the Jane used to treat me. And shout out Fitz too, man. He was my favorite bartender. Shout out Fitz. He always used to get me fucked up, bro. 2 cups, 2 rounds, you're done. You're lit. And that's what I loved about the Jane, bro. It was like a hotel. You could just party in it. It was like the lobby. You party in it.
You told me about it a whole bunch of times, and I never pulled up. And
bro,
I regret it.
Yo, bro. I had so many memories, bro, getting kicked out, throwing up. We almost got into a couple fights. The Jane was it. But it's funny because, and I'm going to shout him out too. He's kind of like the Steph Curry to my Klay Thompson. I'm Klay Thompson, but shout out Hassan, man. Slipper, no socks. But Hassan was actually the first person that kind of introduced me to Brandon. Okay. So I had, because you know Ego campaign, and we're gonna talk about Ego too. But he kind of introduced me into doing a shoot with him, and I was just doing some BTS like with like his film camera. Yeah. And he was a real cool dude. Like Brandon Blue was a real fucking, and to this day he's still a cool fucking dude, bro. I love that guy a lot. And he told me like, yo, pull up to the Jane, and I'm like, what? Like, you invited me to like my spot, like, bro, I'm down. I'm gonna go. And then it's funny because after that, bro, me and Brandon had such a nice relationship where I would just pull up with my film camera. I would take pictures free out of charge. Like, I did it out of love. Yeah. At the end of the day, you know, I love to take pictures. Mm-hmm. So I was just taking pictures of these people, these DJs, and I would just send it to them. And with Brandon, we just kind of developed this one love. But for my first gig, I'll never forget this shit. We already mad cool about this. He needed like a host. And I remember, bro, I was bored in my class. I was a king, bro. I'm bored in my fucking class. I'm going through Instagram, and I'll never forget when I seen that Instagram post, bro. I was like shaking a little bit. I was like, damn, should I take a bite at this? Like, I'm nervous. Like, should I really do it? I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna just slide up. And I slid up, and I was like, yo, listen, bro, like, if you need a host, like, me and Nate will definitely be down. Because, you know, Nate's like my other half. I'll do anything with Nate. He was like, yeah. And I was like, damn, that easy? I was like, what? Okay. I was like, all right, let's do it. And then I followed up by saying, like, yo, if you need a DJ too, want us to DJ, let me know too. So he was like, yeah, like, it ain't no issue. So I was like, all right. So we brought our USBs, bro. It was the gig was the Woods in Brooklyn. Shout out the Woods, man. And it was such a fun night. I ain't gonna lie, that was my first gig where bro, when I tell you I was nervous, Nate could tell you I was folding, bro. I was nervous.
Okay.
I was extremely nervous. And shout out Malcolm, and I'm gonna speak about Malcolm too. Malcolm gave us a little bit of his time too for us to DJ, and I thought that was real genuine of him to do. Like, Malcolm don't really know us like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to say, like, you know, but I'm gonna speak about Malcolm too. But yeah, bro, I was just like really nervous, and after that, it was like, nah, like, I want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
I might have fucked up a little bit, but I want to keep doing this. So yeah.
No, but the fact that you fucked up is knowing that you tried. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you have to fuck up. Like,
You have to.
And that's why you became such a great DJ.
Yeah.
And still talking about the DJing, because, bro, we could go on a whole bunch of things. We still got ego to talk about.
We still got ego.
We still got, you know, the DJing. We still got to talk about how when you used to do music videos.
Yes.
Was that your start, music videos?
So just to break down, I guess, my creativity timeline, right? And shout out, definitely, bro. I have to shout him out because he was a pivotal. To this day, he's my mentor, and I learned a lot through this man. And I hope he watches this. I'm not even gonna send it to him. I just hope he watches this. But shout out Nieves, man. Shout out BC Two Tone. When I tell you this man, like, I would kind of consider him like a father figure. I would. Like, every time I see him, bro, he was always with his daughter. He was always such a great man, at least to me.
Yeah.
He would always take me under his wing, and he would show me things. He was the first person to trust me with a camera. I think like a $2,000 camera. And to me, that said a lot more than, you know, kind of what other people could do for me.
Yeah.
So with Nieves, right, he was actually my high school teacher.
Okay.
he filled in for forgot her. I don't even give a damn. But point is, we kind of had that relationship through high school. I met him in junior year of my high school, and after I graduated, I'm like, I already knew he was doing music and music videos. He actually wanted to record me inside technology, which I thought was insane. But point is, I remember hitting him up. After I graduated, I took a break from social media, so nobody knew where I was at.
Okay.
And I hit him up when I came back, and I was like, listen, bro, like, can I tag along with you to do your music events? I don't want to get paid. I just want to learn. I just want to see what's it about. And when I tell you, he just opened me with open arms. Like, bro, I remember being excited because I had my first shot in a music video. Shout out Goody. I want to say Goody and Champ. shout them artists out. But yeah, bro, like, I remember having my first, like, actual, like, something I shot in a music video. And I was excited as fuck about that. Like, wow, like, this is amazing. Yeah. So after that, our relationship kind of grew. So I would tag along with these music videos. And then I bought my own camera. Shout out Uriah, man. I really love Uriah. Uriah chipped in. It's funny as fuck. With all the money that we could scrape up, we pitched in for a $300 camera. And it meant a lot to me. Yeah. That Uriah will go half of me, bro. Like, it really meant a lot. But we had plans on doing shit our own way. And I remember, bro, at this point, like, I didn't really have a crazy following on Instagram. I was like, people just knew me. Yeah, you know, cool David, you know, shit like that. But me and Uriah, we would go around and just take pictures, and I would post on my Instagram. Yeah. But it got to a certain point where people were hitting me up like, yo, how much do you charge? And I didn't really think about it like that, because I'm like, yo, I'm doing this for love. I'm doing this out for free. I'm doing this because they're my boys. And I'm like, you know, I should probably get serious about this shit. So shout out Jalil too. I got my hands on like an 8.3 at some time. So I would just take pictures of people and charge them. So it came from doing music videos first, so videography, then photography. Obviously, when I had linked up with Hassan through Guinea, shout out Guinea, you know, I love you, my brother. I always think there's not a day where I don't think about you. You know, I love you, Guinea. And I definitely got to give my flowers to Guinea, man. I really got to take like at least a minute to just talk about Guinea. It's like so many people I know that I got to give my flowers to. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. But Guinea, man, like, shout out to him. He kind of put me in ego. And it's funny because I always wanted to be an ego. I didn't tell Giddy nothing. I was like, if Giddy not extending the invite, I'm not gonna say shit. But, I remember. Yeah, you were like really wanted to be a bigger ego. I wanted to, and it's funny because Giddy pulled me aside one time. And he was like, "Bro, I want you an ego," and I was like, "Yes." I was like, "Yes." But Guinea had kind of introduced me to Hassan. He introduced me to E-Man. It's a lot, bro. Juneteenth. It's a lot of people he introduced me to, like a lot of people. So I'm just grateful because of that. We kind of just, it's funny as fuck. A lot of people don't know this, but whenever we go to parties, we kind of extend it out to the Eagle members. So it's like the Illuminati. Like you never know we there, but we there. Like you never know we know each other, but we there. we in the spot. It's active, but it's funny as fuck. But because of that, Hassan definitely just being with Hassan just made me want to be a better photographer for real.
Okay.
Like that ass. Like just seeing Hassan and just his hustle. Shit. I don't know if I'm gonna even take photography a little bit more serious because I'm just really love DJing. But like just seeing Hassan and his element and his work ethic, I'm like, wow, I'm really proud of him.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to give my flowers to Hassan. Slipper no socks. Daddy slips. That's what I like to call him. But yeah, man.
Okay. Dude, first, like you said, you have a lot of people to shout out.
Bro.
But the fact that you're able to do that is because these people fuck with you because of who you are.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're a very genuine person. So your first, not your first event in New York, but what would you say was your best event? Or like, matter of fact, what was your first event like? Like getting up there? No, you already went into that.
Yeah, I low-key did. Okay, so I could speak about the second event, which is and then I'm gonna give my flowers to him too. My second event, I wanna say it was Nights with Flex. So shout out Malcolm Flex. Like, bro, when I tell you he's like a brother to me, he really is. Like, shout out Lily too. You guys always show me so much great hospitality. But with them, and Malcolm's probably gonna fucking laugh at this. I don't even know if Malcolm knows the night how we met, but I remember going to Conrad Gars one night, bro. I was fucking lit. When I tell you it was lit, bro, I was like high as fuck, drunk, and Malcolm played Cardi. And if anybody knows, if you play Playboy Cardi around me, like I love you, no unconditional. So when he played, I think I Love You, I Hate You, bro, when I tell you, I think I started crying. I'm like, yo, like, who is this DJ? Why is he so fucking good? Like, why did he know I wanted to hear this? And I remember we just dabbed each other up. And he bro, from the first moment, like, I guess since we dabbed each other, it was all love. So I remember, I think I was coming downstairs and he was leaving. And I remember him. I'm like, oh, I remember him. So I dabbed him up. I'm like, yo, bro, I loved your set. Like, yo, you was fucking hard. And mind you, I'm networking him drunk as fuck. Like, I'm really meeting him drunk as fuck. And he took down my Instagram, and throughout the couple of days, he would always watch my Instagram. So I'm like, you know what? I really fuck with dude. Like, he reminds me of me a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, like, whenever he would have parties, I had to pull up. Yeah. But this time, since I consider Malcolm not only a great DJ, but as a friend, I would pull up with my film camera and my VHS. And I would take free of charge. He always used to tell me, bro, how much you want me to pay you? I'm like, bro, don't worry about it. Because, like, bro, not only are you giving me an experience, but you're just a real genuine person. Yeah. And that's what all I care about. Yeah. So like I would give it to him out of love. And mind you, it's content for me because I would post it on TikTok. I would post it on Instagram Reels. So I don't have no issue. I mean, the Dove shit. If you know how much film costs for all my film people, if I took a picture of you in film, I love you. Shit, because that shit is expensive. Shit. But yeah, bro. Malcolm obviously gave us some time at the Woods, and he wanted us to I think it was open. Yeah, I think it was open. We opened one of his nights at Conrad Gars, and I ain't gonna lie, bro, just being in that crowd and that environment, I'm like, nah, this shit's crazy. So yeah, man. And then we did Malcolm's birthday, and that shit was lit. That shit was lit.
Okay.
So shout out Malcolm, man. I love you, bro.
So now that you're doing DJing, right? How can you explain getting used to the nightlife?
Bro, that's a great question. And it's so funny because, and this is why I want to shout out my people around me. So Camilo, Zaire, Nate. Damn, am I missing anybody else? Man, bro, there's so many people that are kind of tagging along now that I can't even say their names. It's like so many people. But I come to terms, like, a lot of people don't know how extraneous or tedious the nightlife is to your normal day life. So mind you already know I'm working at Nike. I'm going to fucking school. I'm doing this nightlife shit. I'm going to parties. I am having fun at the same time, but we always working. It's something me and they always said. And then now we're DJing them. But bro, just the balance is extremely difficult. And maybe that's why I don't have a girlfriend. I don't know. Maybe that's why I have fun. When I go out, I just have fun. If you catch my drift. But now for real, bro, like, just trying to find a balance of like. So I'll give people a great example. So from April, I'm gonna give people a timeline about my DJing career too. From April of last year, 2022, me and Nate will go to the gym faithfully, bro. but it would be on the weekends. So from 2 to 11, we used to work our shifts.
Okay.
2 to 11, mind you, we're out of school. No school though. So we're out of school 2 to 11, right? And then we would bring clothes with us, and we would go to the parties right after work. I mean, New York is right there. It's like 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
We would bring clothes, have fun, and then we would repeat the same shit because we had 2 to 11 the next day. So, bro, we used to come back home like at 5, 6 in the morning. Like, bro, that shit used to be crazy. Even to this day, I'm like, well, how the fuck did we do that? How are we still doing this? But yeah, bro, like that's how we used to do it throughout the whole summer. If there's different parties, because it was never on the weekends, bro. In New York, parties used to be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Used to get lit.
Okay.
So we would, bro, just having that balance of just, I don't know, just staying up, bro. You don't really sleep.
Okay.
And then, mind you, from April, and it's funny I say this, from April to August, I told Nate, like, yo, listen, school is starting back around. We got to stop. I told Nate. We always talk about this too. No more parties. Like, I'm done. I'm tired of this shit. Tell me why this shit started getting more lit. And I'm like, damn, bro, like school just started. Like, bro, it's getting more lit. And around this time, so mind you, right, here's the note of my DJ career. April, I'm going to parties. August, I did the first Ego cookout. I learned how to DJ in 10 days. Not good. Not, you know, I wouldn't say I'm the best, but I learned how to DJ in 10 days before the cookout, the Ego cookout. And it's funny because a lot of people fucked with my set. So I was like, damn, that says something. So obviously Nate saw how much fun I had. He was like, nah, I got to tag along. So that's why and we're going to get into the Evil Twins too. Yeah. But I started DJing in August. I had a couple gigs, but then the shit really didn't start taking off till like December of like, you know, last December. Okay. And then now we're DJing the parties. And like I said, it hasn't been a year of DJing, and it hasn't been a year of going to parties.
Okay. First, I got to say, I was, you know that, the Ego Campaign barbecue, a cookout.
Oh, yeah, yes, he was there.
Dude, first, shout out to Ego Campaign. I know y'all don't know me like that, but David invited me, and it was an amazing event. And everybody I met there was really genuine. So shout out to Ego Campaign. Yeah. Other than that, right? So there's so much we could talk about.
I'm saying though, bro.
So to just keep it around the DJing aspect, how in the world do you balance school, Nike, and DJing at night? How do you balance that right now? Since, you know, we're currently, you know,
yeah, it's about to get more lit. It's about to get more lit. Shit, if I had to be honest with you, you don't. You got to prioritize what's more important.
Okay.
And it's funny you say that now. And again, I don't want to put my business out there, but now we're getting paid. And I ain't gonna lie, shout out Brandon, obviously. Seeing the amount of bread that we got, I'm like, damn. Like, I should fuck around, not quit school, but quit Nike.
Okay.
Like, this is actually good money. And for me, the way I look at it, right? And it's funny, me and Nate always get into a debate about it. When I DJ, I don't DJ. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm going on the record for this. I DJ for the girls.
Okay.
I don't DJ for them, but what I mean by that is like when I DJ for the girls, I'm playing music for them. I want them to have fun. Because my philosophy and my formula with parties is the girls are not having fun, what makes you think the guys are going to have fun? And obviously, you know, we could get into politics about parties, and I don't want to really put out too much information. But I'm going back to saying this. Like, I just love women. Like, I want to make them, I want to make sure they're safe at my parties. And two, I want to make sure they have fun.
Yeah.
So when I say I play music for them, I specifically play like dance music. Obviously, I'm gonna play Bad Bunny because that's the number one thing I get. But yeah, bro, like I when I DJ, I really DJ for the woman, and I play music that I really like a lot. Mm-hmm. So when you're coming in, if you're gonna see me DJ, don't think I'm gonna play all the hits. No, I'm playing things that I want to hear. But from what I've been hearing, and this is one thing I always tell people, like, yo, don't ever be afraid to get some criticism. And I always ask people, I'm going to ask you too after you see one of my sets, like, yo, what do you think about my set? And you could be very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Brutally honest.
You could be brutally honest. I don't care. Because I really want to know, like, did you have a good time? Did you like the music? Maybe you weren't into it. But from what I've been hearing, bro, everyone gets excited when I DJ. So I think I'm doing a great thing.
No, that's good. Yeah. And, what's cool about it is that you're able to do something you love and help people and create this energy that a
memory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's awesome. That you're able to do that and get paid for it.
Yeah, exactly,
you know what I mean? What I wanted to ask, right? So let's get into Evil Twins.
Okay.
So, how did Evil Twins happen?
Shit. I'm gonna give people some backside, some lore about me and Nate. Me and Nate met through Nike.
Okay.
Nate was an athlete at the time. I was an athlete at the time. Anybody could tell you, even Nate, we always laugh about it, bro. Like, The first year I didn't speak to Nate.
Okay.
Me and Nate worked together for now it's like 3 years. But the first year I did not speak to Nate. I would just walk past him. Like, not in a bad way, but I felt like Nate was too mean. I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to hang around that type of guy. But I would dab up Nate, here and there, be like, yo, what's up? That's it. Just a little small talk and just keep it pushing. But it wasn't until I started hanging around with Givens, and shout out Givens, man, I love you, bro. That's my Zoe. Me and Givens, and that's how it kind of started. Actually, my team and my group, me and Givens had went out to New York because he wanted me to. Because I told him about my photography, so he was like, "Yo, let's do a shoot." I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." And then he wanted me to style him a little bit, so we went to Kif, picked out some shit. And me and Givens we went to New York twice, and it's funny that at this point Nate had followed me, and I always used to fuck with Nate, and I'd be like, "Yo, let's do a photo shoot." Like, come on, you a fly guy? I know you a fly guy. Let's do a photo shoot. And they'd be like, I don't know. But he was gravitating towards it. Okay. And at this point, Nate had followed me on social media, and I'll never forget the second time me and Givens went to New York. Nate was like, "Yo, no invite." Yeah. But he was playing around. I was like, shit. I was like, I got you, fam. So, and it's funny because I still have the pictures on my Instagram post. We had went to Chinatown to do a photo shoot. Okay. Me and Nate wore the same outfit. It was really funny how that came about. And I took pictures of Givens in Chinatown in Manhattan. But it was just really cute how just me and Nate just went from kind of being strangers to like really, I look at him and that's really like my twin flame, bro. Like I really love Nate like my mom birthed him. And I love his mom. I love his sisters. I love Max and Margie. And just the energy that Nate has around him, bro. I see myself. Like I don't want to live in this lifetime. I can't believe I'm going to say this shit. I don't want to live in this lifetime not knowing Nate. Because Nate is such a special character. Nate kind of brings the best out of me. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm getting a little emotional, but Nate brings out the best of me. So at least with Nate, we kind of like, I don't know, if Nate needs somebody killed, I'm going to help him. For real, I'll do some time for Nate. I ain't going to hold you. I'm going to do some time for Nate. But like I said, me and Nate just really locked in with the music. And I feel like music saved his life. I mean, I could be wrong, but me and Nate, our roots is house music. And it's funny, I'm not going to put too much of our business out there, but the guys always said that I started the house music thing. I'll never forget. Shout out Davidmackz too, bro. We went to a house music event one time, bro. We were smacked, but that changed my life. Being around house music changed my life, for real. Like the dopamine and just being in that environment, I'm like, wow, like there's much more to this world. And house music kind of like saved me a little bit. So like, me and Nate, we would like DJ house music, and then obviously we can't DJ house music all night at a party. We're gonna get there though, but he's like, nah, like yo, like we should take this DJ shit serious. So me and Nate, we would do like back to backs a little bit, and now we was like, fuck it, bro, just make an Instagram page, Evil Twins. I think I came up with the name, and then right now, what the Evil Twins are working on, and we're gonna start launching our own events. And when I tell you, summer's around the corner. Spring's around the corner. When I tell you it's going to get nasty for everybody, it's going to get nasty. And I mean that. It's going to get lit. Nah. Wherever we go, it's going to get lit.
Every event, I've never been to one, but by the time y'all see this, I've already been to one.
Yes, sir.
And I guess when I go, I'll let you know how it was. But nah, every time I see it online, it's always been a vibe. It's always been everybody pops out. It's always dope. And I honestly can't wait to go to your event. Yeah. But yeah, sadly, probably by the time that this comes out, you might not have seen it. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna take a little snippets. From here. So if you want to say what event you got, I'll put them out there and everything.
Yeah. No. I would say like, and it's funny with the DJ and me and Nate, but when I tell you our mind is not even in February right now, our mind is in March. Same with and shout out Jaden. Shout out Malcolm. I'm trying to think of anybody else I'm missing. Obviously Brandon, but these people, like, bro, we DJ New Year's Eve, which is like, again, bro, we started DJing in August. Like, bro, I'm still not off that. We DJed at SNS. Then we had Malcolm's birthday on the 14th. I feel like I'm missing something. We did Brandon at Kind Regards, and then I think we had one more gig, but I'm really like blank right now. But yeah, bro, like the Evil Twins, when I tell you like we come in, bro, like we always get lit. Yeah, we always get, and it's getting crazier now because a lot of people kind of sees that what we're playing. Yeah, and like I said, shit's just getting really crazy, bro.
Nah, yeah. So we're not coming to an end, but I have some deeper. I'm gonna ask you a lot of deeper questions now. Okay. You spoke about your mom a lot. Mm-hmm. You speak about how important she is to you. Yeah. You speak about how important Nate is to you. Yeah. And to be a little on the funnier side, everybody that might watch this video is gonna probably be somebody you shouted out because I'm gonna have like 50 views and be like they're all David's friends.
I'm saying though.
But on the serious note, I just want to know, like, what is it that wakes you up every single day and tells you that I have to do this? Like, that you're a hardworking individual. You wake
Mhm.
up every day trying to grind, and we spoke earlier about school,
Mhm.
like the other day, about how you're really doing it at this point to make your mother proud,
Mhm.
and that's a great thing that you're doing.
Mhm.
So to just sum it all up, what inspires you to be who you are?
There's so many ways I could go about this, but I think I think death.
Okay.
Like literally, like bro, we could wake up and God forbid one of my friends die. I could die tomorrow. My mom could die tomorrow. God forbid. But I'm just saying, bro. Like I think a lot of people are not understanding how scary we only live once. Like it's mind boggling, and it's funny. People are about to laugh at me, but I'm just gonna be vulnerable. One time I took an edible. I think I was at Barcode. I think I was at Kind Regards. But let me tell you, bro. When I tell you I had an identity crisis at Barcode, like, bro, I'm a fucking human. Like, I'm fucking lit. Shout out Michael, man. Shout out Michael Elliott. He's gonna laugh at this, bro. When I tell you, bro, I was like touching things so I could like not black out. Like, I was really fighting for my life at Barcode. But I'm laughing because like I had an identity crisis there. Like, bro, like I'm really here. I'm really Hispanic. My name is David. Like, I'm alive. We only live once, and we don't know what goes on after life. So me waking up despite my circumstance, and like I said, it gotten better. It's not the best it is, but it's gotten better, like way better, like to the point where I'm happy now in my life. Every time I wake up, it's like, all right, David, what are you gonna do to elevate yourself?
Yep.
What are you planning on to do, you know, to live today? If you die tomorrow, this is, how are you gonna go out? So at least with me, like I wake up and knowing that I could die literally any minute, I think that's just more motivation for me to just do the things that I love, spend money recklessly, even though I'm about to change that. But it's just at the end of the day, bro, like if you don't have it in yourself to really change your life and your circumstances and the people around you, I don't want to sound brutal, but you shouldn't live. You shouldn't live. Because that's not what life is all about, bro. Life is not, you're not having a 9 to 5 and you're just happy with life. Go travel, go eat, go on that first date. Go listen to music you don't listen to. Go buy those concert tickets and fuck rent. Well, not fuck rent, but go do things that's going to have an impact and experience on you and live life. Because at the end of the day, bro, life, like a lot of people, and it's scary, and I'm going to say this. I was speaking to somebody on my job. He's like a supervisor. I'm not going to put his name out there. But one thing that he scared me, and, like he's much older than me. He was like, David, you have a head start on life. Like, you know what you want to do. And that scared me because as cliche as that sound, when people say follow your passions and your dreams, a lot of people don't do it. And I'm not, and it's funny because my mom have her own passions and her dreams. It's a little bit harder now because she got 5 kids. But I'm hoping with my passion and my dream, I could help my mom follow hers. And it's never too late to do things. It's never late to do things. And I've always kept that in my mind. I'm only 23. It's never too late to do things. Like, bro, we have 30 more years to still be young and live your life. Go do things, bro. For real.
You got me kind of speechless, but because I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to live life. You know what I mean?
To.
We all want.
I felt like I was passionate. I felt like I was angry.
No. But it's not that you're wrong. Like, I feel like we have to live for right now because, yes, plan for the future. You know what I mean? Make sure that you're going to be, plan like you're going to live another day, but also live like you're not.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get so worked up about a year from now, 2 years from now. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool to be like, hey, this is what I want to do in a few years, but what are you gonna do about it right now to make that happen?
Exactly.
So just going ahead and like kind of like adding to the question I already asked you that you answered, like, how important is it to you to instill what you have in your head and the networking, the genuineness and the humble and the love that you give out? How important is that to you, for you to like give that to your sisters at being an older brother?
Yeah, no, it means a lot. And what sucks about it too, I'm not gonna put my private life out there because I feel like I want to say something, but it's probably not gonna be good to say it. But it adds a lot of pressure. You get what I'm trying to say? So with my little sisters, it's funny as hell, and I'm so happy, bro. Like, all of them are very creative. You got one that just draws. You got one that sings. You got one that just wants to be a scientist or whatever she wants to be. But one thing I've always told my little sisters, the same way my mom gave me this knowledge and the wisdom of do whatever makes you happy, that's what I'm instilling on them. So it's funny because I bought my little one a laptop. Okay. Granted, I didn't have money for a laptop. I made it happen. Mm-hmm. You know, anything she wants, she's going to get it. But I bought her a laptop, and just the fact that I see her more creative, and she's a very smart girl, so I'm very proud of the young lady she will be. But I always tell them, like, listen, whatever you want, if I could do it, I'm gonna do it for you. And like I said, they see me, they're my biggest haters and supporters. So if they compliment me, I know I'm doing something right. So with them, I just always use them as a reference point to really check in with them and just make sure that, like I said, that David that I needed, I'm making sure that they have that around their corner and making sure they know that they can literally be anything they want in this lifetime.
This is probably, I usually get a lot of people with this one. So I'm sorry if I make you cry, okay. Right? You talk about your friend, I believe the youngest one in the group, Camilo. Yeah. You speak about him like kind of like your little brother, somebody you mentor, yeah. You try to help out, and you say you wish you would have had yourself. What would you tell yourself?
Damn, but what year are we talking about? Like, are we talking about?
We're talking about the worst time in your life, where you sat down and you thought,
God damn, fuck.
Yeah, where you sat down and thought that you spoke about it. I don't want to be here. Yeah. You know what I mean? The feelings of that you weren't good enough. Yeah. You didn't have a support system. Not that your mother didn't love you, because I know your mother loved you.
Of course, yeah.
It's about
she didn't even know what I was going through.
Exactly. So and people forget that to get back, I don't want to go too far off, but people forget that the child might be going through something and the parent has no clue. So Don't blame. I don't like when other people blame the parent for what happened to their kid, because at the end of the day, the mother goes to work or the parents go to work and their kid has to figure it out. Yeah. They do come home, but it's about they don't completely know what's going on outside. And they can't control it. You become your own individual.
Exactly.
But yeah, to get back to the question, what would you tell yourself? Like, what would you tell that version of David where he needed you the most? Where that one word would have changed you, or maybe would have helped you think better?
I guess like maybe 3 things, man. And the first one, well, I'm gonna save the first one for last, because I feel like the first one I'm about to say really doesn't get talked a lot. But the first one I would say, man, as funny as it sounds, as cliche as it sounds, bro, like everything is temporary. And I feel like we fail to forget that. And what I mean by everything is temporary is more like my situation, bro. I really didn't think I would get out of my situation. Like the way my situation was, bro, I didn't think I would get out of my situation. So that's why, like, I'm happy now that, like, God and the universe has me in alignment with what I want to do in life. But what I mean by everything is temporary is, like, all the shit that we're going through, all the negative things and all the things that's kind of, like, I would say, like, maybe distracting us from our passions and our dreams. Take it to the chin. Take it to the chin. Because at the end of the day, if my dad, let's say my dad was there, would I be the same? Would I speak to you? Would I be here? I don't know. Would I have the inspiration or the art behind the madness to do the things that I do? Would I still be here? I don't know. So I'm grateful for my dad not being there. I'm grateful for my mom being there and being the foundation. But what I mean by everything is temporary is more like always understand that, like, your situation is always going to get better. You might not know when, but it will. Because a year from now, who knows? I might be in LA DJing. I might be in Ibiza, right? That's how you say it?
Ibiza, yeah.
Yeah, I might be over there DJing house music. I don't know. I'm hoping. In the next 5 years, I don't know. People probably look at this podcast in 5 years and be like, oh shit, like that's how he looked. I probably have more tattoos. I don't know, bro. But that's what I mean by everything is temporary. Everything is going to get way better, as cliche as that sounds, but it's a fact. Like, bro, take it from me. I'm the living example of that. Everything does get better. The second thing I would say, damn. I don't know. The second thing I would say, shit, fuck dad. I don't know. Fuck him. You don't need him. I was always worked up about my dad. I don't need him. That's 2. But 2 kind of relates to number 3, but therapy. I'm a big advocate for therapy. I haven't been to therapy myself, but I feel like this is therapy. Me and you were talking about therapy, you know. A lot of people, and it's funny, I spoke to my mom about this, and I think I was crying too. And my mom, she's so strong, but I know I need therapy. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like a lot of people around us need somebody to talk to, whether, you know, and this is something I'm actually working on. And I'm very surprised. I'm very vulnerable and open to you right now, because even with Nate don't know this side of me. Zaire and Camilla, they don't know the things that I've went through. They actually know a lot about me, and it sucks that I have to say this like this, but a lot of people don't know me. But I'm trying my hardest to be vulnerable and open with people. I'm trying to make sure my heart chakra, as funny as this sounds, is open. It's open to receive love and send love. You get what I'm trying to say? So with therapy, I feel like I need it. I feel like everybody needs therapy because, you know, like I said, not everything's perfect, bro. Not everything's perfect.
I have a question. This one, it might touch home, it might not. And I might be completely wrong. I want you to be as honest as you can.
Yeah.
Do you give love because you feel like there was a part of you that didn't receive it, where like from that individual, from your father, who you wanted so badly to love you?
Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, and again, I don't want to get emotional, bro, but it's like, I'm going to say this. My dream is not to be a fucking DJ. My dream is not to be the biggest person out there. My dream is not to be rich. My dream is none of that, bro. You know what my dream is? To be a dad. And that's why I take relationships very serious. Like, that ass, like, damn, I feel like I'm about to cry, but that's facts, bro. Like, I wanna give my kids, my daughters, my sons, what I didn't have. And it hurts because, like, I always used to be there, like, damn, like, you know, there's a lot of shit going on with me. I could use somebody. But, you know, life don't work out like that. And that's how life is supposed to be. If life would be easy, you think everybody would, you know, everybody would be the same. That's not life, bro. Life, you're supposed to be different, bro. You're supposed to go through shit. Because at the end of the day, bro, nobody's going to know your story but you. You get what I'm saying? If I read through your book and it's the same as mine, what makes you different from me? I don't want to read that book. I want to read that somebody that went through some shit, how they overcome it and they're living. That's, to me, that's inspiration. That's art. You're art. I'm art. Everybody we love is art because we went through something that a lot of people don't know. So with that being said, even with my little sisters, I'm their dad. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but it's like...
You're the father figure.
Yeah, my father figure. Like, it's scary. But yeah, I want to be a dad. That's my dream, to be a dad, bro.
I can say this. Like, you want to be... And it's amazing. You just want to be something you never had.
Yeah.
You want to give a life to your future kids whenever they come, when like everything that you never had, and that's beautiful. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
And you are completely right. Your life is art, and it is what built you. It is what made you here today. I guarantee you that the individual you are, you're going to be an amazing father one day. Yeah. And the relationships you hold is, I don't want to say this, I don't want to summarize, but a lot of women, I can't speak for women, but they appreciate men like you.
I hope so. No. All jokes aside, like really being serious. And I'm not gonna put too much business out there, but just seeing the way my mom was too in her relationships, it kind of fucked up my idea of perception of love too. And that's what's scary about just like, I'm a very observant person. I don't think a lot of people realize that about me. I'm very observant, down to the body language, to your energy, the way you speak to people. If me and you are walking and I see you treat the janitor wrong, I can't fuck with you. That's fucked up. He's doing his job. He's a normal person like us. So I really take, and again, seeing the way my mom kind of growing up, and mind you, I was really young, just seeing what my mom was going through and shit like that, even till like my teenage years, you know. That's why I say I don't play when it comes to relationships. Because at the end of the day, even with women too, bro, like I don't play with them. Because like, it's like, you know, women, and I'm going to say this and I don't care how people perceive me, but women are goddesses. They are the root of life. They bring in the next generation. So why aren't we protecting our women? Why aren't we making sure that, you know, at least she's comfortable, at least she's fed? Why aren't we making them happy? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Why are we not making, you know, everybody should be happy, but why are we not making them happier?
Yeah.
So at least in my honest, you know, intent with women, I try to, you know, every woman I dealt with is funny as fuck. I'm not really going to say too much, but I try to make sure that I leave a stamp on their life. So, like, you know, I try to show women a good time. I try to show women, like, this is how you're supposed to be treated. You might not choose me. That's cool. I don't give a fuck. You had a good night with me. That's all that matters. But when you dating with other men, just make sure that they do better than me. That's all I care about. Yeah.
Well, one, I gotta say I appreciate you opening up the way you have, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you kind of needed this.
I did. I definitely did.
To just, I feel like,
just talk.
Yeah, just talk, like, to let the pain out, because you do go through a lot, and now everybody who's ever loved you and cared about you and seen how genuine you are, they may watch this, and I know you're gonna leave here and not regret not one thing you said, because it is who you are, and it's what built you. It's real. And I gotta thank you again for coming on. I'm gonna leave off with just one more question. Do you love where you are right now? People around you,
man,
the life you were able to live.
I think just being honest with you, bro, love is just an understatement, bro. And that's how powerful, like, just the manifestation and just everything that, the things that I went through kind of just bring me up now. Love is just a completely under statement, because there's just so much emotion and things that I want to say. I just really can't. I'm just overwhelmed, and overwhelmed in a positive way. So what I mean by, like, I'm happy I didn't kill myself. I mean it. Like, I'm happy I'm here. Like, I'm happy we're having this conversation. I'm happy I met you. Because, shit, I don't know, bro. Like, you know, I'm happy I met Nate. I'm happy I didn't say nothing yet, but Daniela, I'm happy I met you. She's like a sister to me, but I'm happy to meet all these people around me, bro. Like, I really mean that. And just the fact that my situation's getting better, too. My mom, too. My little ones are growing up. Bro, I'm just happy that I didn't neglect myself of this life that I'm supposed to experience. And like I said, I'm only 23, bro. Like, I have another, I don't want to predict my own death, but, like, damn, we got another 60 or 50 years left. I'm about to turn it up.
Just to leave off, I just wanted to say one thing, and I just want you to know that your younger self is looking at you.
I know. Fuck.
And is proud of who you have become, and is happy that you are still here. I just wanted to say that. I know that sounded very therapist-like, but I know he's happy. You're living life, and you're doing it in a ways that your younger self probably never thought you'd be doing it.
He probably looking at me like, yo, this motherfucker cool.
Like, how do I get like him?
Like, how do I get like him? Like, hey, I want to talk to him. Like, nah, man. And that's what I always say, bro. Just do it for your inner child, bro. I would, bro. Shit. I would hope he's right here and I could talk to him. Fucking 5 years old. I wish I could talk to him, but I can't. But that's what I'm saying. For the next generation, for your friends around you, for your younger friends, bro, check up on them. Make sure they're good. Give them any type of wisdom and knowledge. Make sure that they do better than you when when they're your age. That's all I want to do. I just want to, all the people that I love that are around me, I just want to make sure that when I die, that their situation is better than when they first met me. And that's because of me. So that's why I'm working. I got to know what's, shit got to get done. I know what's got to get done, and it will get done. So, okay. Yeah, bro.
All right. So, before I end it off, I'm going to leave it all on the table for you.
Yeah.
The camera is yours. Is there anything you want to say?
I feel like there's so much for me to say. It's just like I just can't really wrap my head around anything. But like I said earlier when I went on that rant, follow your dreams. Follow your passion. Go travel. Go eat new food. Take that girl on a date. Take that guy on a date. Shoot your shot. Because like I said, you could die tomorrow. You're going to be happy the way you live today. If you know that your life ain't all that, change it. Have better friends around you. I'm already satisfied. I don't even want more friends. But my heart is willing to open up to more friends, because at the end of the day, it's an experience. And that's all life is just an experience. Because when you die, when you're on your deathbed and you have kids or not, if you have kids or grandkids, and when you look back at your life, are you going to be satisfied that you work a 9 to 5 all your life? Or are you going to be happy that you followed your dreams? I'm going to just stay with that.
All right. Well, first I would like to say I appreciate you being here.
Anytime, bro.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and end this off.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you for letting me allow myself to, say all these things that I wanted to say.
Of course. This is what it's all about.
And I'm going to say this on the podcast. I wouldn't have said this with anybody else. There's a lot for me to say, too. Like, what I said today was barely touching the surface.
Well, I'm just happy you were able to talk about the things that made you, that we was comfortable with you.
Yeah.
And if there's ever a time you want to do a part 2, You're always
I'm
welcome.
down. Let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to end it off now.
Mhm.
All right. This is your host, Lester Class. Got David in the building. Thank you again for watching. It means a lot to me. It means a lot that you even tuned in. If you're here still to the end, I can only say thank you.
Facts.
And if you're new here, I have to say welcome to the community pod. Here, we're only trying to build people up and bring you a new experience every single episode, and bring quality to the episodes. But yeah, leave a review, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching Apple Podcasts, leave a review. Let me know how you liked it.
Facts.
It means a lot to me when people reach out and let me know how they enjoyed it. And I'm going to start trying to do this thing where I shout people out. So the first person that leaves a review, I'm going to shout you out on the next episode. So thank you again for all the love that I've been receiving. It means a lot to me. But yeah, this is Lester Class, and I got...
You got Davidmackz, man. Listen, Evil Twins and Eagle Campaign Takeover. Remember I said that, bro. It's going to be scary for everybody. I swear to God it is. Swear to God.
And I'm out. Peace.
Damn. Yo, damn. I didn't think I was going to get this emotional, bro.